It's hard to think that such a little thing causes so much chaos. Why do we even give a shit about this? Any thoughts?
It's just neat. It's just neat.
Fill me out with your smile. Now the sunshine brings the light. Fill me out with a flame. I will let you in this game.
Hey, we made it.
Okay, listen. I'm not saying that I hate Katsucon, but also I hate Katsucon. That is literally exactly what I'm saying. To be fair, I had a really great time, and this is gonna be a con vlog, not a shit on the con vlog. But this is your advance warning, because oh my god, this con is run really, really poorly, and you're gonna see that. You're gonna see what we've been calling Katsucon nonsense all over this con vlog. I know that Katsucon is supposed to be like cosplay paradise or whatever, because some cosplayers who aren't me decided that it was cosplay paradise or whatever. But I am not a fan. I don't know who made this shit up, but it is total bullshit. Like, I can't even say it's at a good location. Like, it's at a location, a really overpriced one. I just don't believe it's worth it to pay hundreds of dollars to stand in a room with other cosplayers anymore. Like, when I can literally already do that for free. I still went this year for some reason. I wanted to see friends. I had a great time with friends. But don't be surprised when there are opinions, alright? Cool. Okay, we're on the same page. Anyway, day 0 was pretty boring. I cosplayed Femme Given with my friends, which nobody got, although I thought we did a pretty good job on. And we stood in pre-reg badge pickup line for way too long. So we're starting with Friday. Let's go! It is convention time once again.
I'm calling.
I feel crazy because I'm not doing the lower half of my face, so I look like a thumb. But it's time to go to Katsucon, so I'm just gonna hide in this. Look at this. Wow. Okay, we've done a ton of people watching today, I'm gonna be real. Oh, we saw Red. Holy shit, we saw Red.
We did. We saw Red.
Looked great.
Red was like the first person we saw.
We went to the dealer's room first. We got a bunch of cool shit. We should do a haul vlog later. It was very fun, other than the fact that the dealer's room, the internet was not working, which freaking sucked. So like sometimes cards just wouldn't go through and we couldn't get the things that we wanted.
And
was, like,
we just felt so bad because like that was the merchants who just
it's like
losing out on
they
stuff
need
the cards would work.
like I want to buy the merch, but yeah, so that was rough, buddy. TM. But yeah, so after that we kind of ate food, we ran around and people watched. We just people watched so much. We found so many Demon Slayer. we ran into a Demon Slayer.
Found all of the wives. They were great. And
oh my
by
god,
wives, I mean like Tengen's wives who are actually wives.
And male wives, which I think is great, personally. Yeah. I say this as a queer person, like I want both the wives and the male wives. It's ideal for me. But anyway, we saw 2 echoes. Did you see that echo in line?
I think I saw an echo yesterday, but I didn't. I only saw the one.
I saw a Vine echo in line who are apparently, I follow them on Instagram, and apparently they're a couple, which is hilarious to me. I'm like, all right. But
that's great.
But anyway,
so theoretically, we've seen 3 echoes as a group.
Yeah. But we've seen a ton of Jinxes, and then a couple Vi's, and one Caitlyn.
One really great Caitlyn.
One great
a Victor. I saw a Jace
we saw
earlier.
Victor and a Jace, yeah. Oh my god, but it's been great. It's been great. We've also seen a ton of Hunter x Hunter in passing, but we have just, they've come at ridiculous times, so we have not been able to get photos with them. So, but we're going to the Hunter x Hunter meetup next. We're gonna do, hopefully, Artist Alley, more people watching Hunter x Hunter meetup, so hopefully we'll see some Hunter x Hunter then. And maybe someone will know who I am. Really doubt it, but somebody did just know Bandit's Secret. They did not correlate me with Bandit's Secret.
But they recognize the Pokemon.
But at least they recognize the props.
That's like the next step up in being recognized.
Right. But yeah, no, we just went to a panel that essentially dissected how metal work is done in anime and how some of it's legit and some of it's bullshit. So it was fun.
And it was cool because the guy then like actually tried to recreate some of the stuff.
Yeah, he was like, he was doing all this stress testing and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, no, it was good. It was good. But yeah, all right, people watching Artist Alley, Hunter x Hunter. Let's go.
See ya.
Bye. Then we went to the Hunter x Hunter meetup and it was amazing and everyone looked so awesome. And I completely missed that there was another manga-only deathmatch Chrollo at the meetup. And like they were right there. They stood right next to me and I totally missed it. And I see you now and I appreciate you now, but I'm so sorry I totally missed you in the moment. Oh my god, the social anxiety tunnel vision was apparently very strong that night. But anyway, you look great, other manga-only Chrollo. And side note, are you the Leo that I ended up talking to on Sunday? Back to the meetup, it was awesome, it was run really smoothly, I had a lot of fun. And after the meetup, I got to meet this great Machi that I had been talking to on Instagram essentially a week before the con. And I also got to meet their friends who were cosplaying Ilomi and Hisoka, and it was really awesome. It was also a little wild because we found out that Hisoka also has like type 1 diabetes just like Nova, and there were 3 of them just like me, Becca, and Nova, and they were into a lot of the same animes and stuff that we were into, like not just Hunter x Hunter. And you know, I know each of us on this here planet Earth is like an original individual who's like super special and whatever, but also is a little bit like looking into a mirror, and I'm pretty sure that we are in fact their very pathetic doppelgangers. They're also the Skate the Infinity palm trees and backdrop. Isn't that incredible?
Drink some water. It's not my fault this is the first time being drunk. Like, actually drink your water.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a little haul video, but first things first is I got these amazing horns at this convention. I spent like so much money. I should not have bought 3 pairs of horns, but I did. But it was worth it because look at how pretty. Like, first of all, look at these heckin' power horns. Can we focus? There we go. And these. And these. Like, is this allowed? And like this person here, best booth experience I've ever had at a con. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, such a genuinely nice person. Like, oh my god, conventions? Love conventions. Conventions are great. People in dealers halls and artist alleys can be very, very frazzled because there's a lot happening, and I don't blame them, but it was so pleasant to talk to this person. It was just great. Anyway, shout out. So these 3, I don't even have an excuse. This is just what happens when you play Hades for a year straight. They also had a NYX, which honestly I should have got, but I was just thinking this is the like OT3. This is the OT3, and then this is also the OT3. You know, Berserk. Anyway, these people were great. Oh my god, I also got this lad. This absolute lad. Look at him. Lastly, I got sort of a random assortment of, you know, like pins and charms, as I always do. They're from a bunch of different places. We didn't get through the entire artist alley and dealer's room today, but hopefully this is the majority of it. But you know, I might just go and get every piece of 14 merch known to man. Also, I have no idea where I'm gonna put this Udana and Anthe because I already have a completely full Ida bag of that. Like, there is not a single ounce of room, so that's the concept.
Enjoy my stupid focusing face.
No, you're good, you're good. I'm not able to make a JoJo's face in this. It's inappropriate, so you make all the faces you want.
Oh no, I'm literally just going...
Hello, lads.
Hello.
It's Saturday's most of the way done. We were JoJo's in the morning. It was a good time.
Yes.
Becca was Mista.
I was.
Wow, look at that great Mista cosplay that I really shittily edited in. Great, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Me and Nova are still being Jo Bros. We did go to the meetup earlier today, and then we left because it was absolutely freezing. So I'm kind of hoping that we can play the game of find people to take selfies with if they're still in costume.
Mm-hmm.
But because we don't really have plans today other than maybe wandering around a little bit more in the artist alley and maybe popping into the Masquerade for a little bit and also like finding friends and stuff. So yeah, that's my ribbons.
It was really cold outside.
It was so
like,
cold.
So
It was like 60 degrees yesterday and it's like 20 degrees right now.
It was also windy.
Of all the costumes and fandoms that could go outside, JoJo's is not one.
JoJo's is not it.
Everybody has holes.
That being said, there were so many JoJo's, so like I guess we did need to be outside. Also, there was people from Part 9, which, excuse me,
4 days ago.
Stop that. Put that away. That's it. All the Johnnies, shout out.
Favorite comment, they probably used to be Homestucks.
Yeah, just throwing shit together. Alright, we're gonna go wander around.
We did an absolutely terrible job of playing the get the selfies with other JoJo's game. I got literally 1 photo all day, but then we went to the Masquerade and this is where the Katsucon nonsense, specifically coordination nonsense, starts. We just went to the Masquerade, and honestly, I'm not gonna say I was without preconceptions of the Katsucon Masquerade, because it always seemed like a shit show with how they lead up to it, which has in the past been like a week before the convention being like, oh, there's a masquerade, does anyone want to sign up? Which is like a little sus, like a little not great. This is nothing, literally nothing against the actual people participating in the Masquerade. That was not coordinated well. We left early. We couldn't get through an hour of it. It was very poorly done.
Yep.
There was like unbelievable technical difficulties. The MC, for whatever reason, is cosplaying Gravity Falls, which maybe that's a thing that people like at this convention. But he kept making Gravity Falls jokes to like the anime convention, and like only some people got it because like it's an anime convention, not a Western animation convention.
Yep.
So that was just weird. He also said something really not okay to say at one point that I'm assuming is an in-joke for Gravity Falls people, but was not okay to say out loud to a whole room of people. So not gonna say it here, but that was a no from me, dog.
Also, another thing, it's not like a bad thing or anything, but like he just wasn't prepared. He was pronouncing people's names
Everyone's
wrong.
names was being pronounced wrong, and that's not necessarily the MC's fault.
Yeah, it's
so much as it's like the coordinators should have had like a pronunciation guide available. And that like wasn't a thing.
Because like usually they'll go around either when you sign up or
and they'll ask for like phonetic pronunciations.
How do you pronounce how to pronounce your character?
They did wrong. They did wrong music cues. They flashed the lights in the audience's eyes a bunch.
Ooh.
They just oh god, we had to leave. We had to leave. It was not good. Look at the Among Us.
Oh my goodness.
I'm losing it.
That's kind of sus.
Kind of sus. Are we gonna eject red or purple?
I think we're going to eject Abakio.
No! Too soon, bro.
Off.
Welcome back to stupidity. Here we are.
The love of my life got me pajamas. They're set sprites.
Pajamas!
And then the fluffiest jacket in existence.
Yeah. Me and Becca are being fat cats from critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV. Anyway, there we go.
Okay. Hi.
And if people don't appreciate us, I'm gonna riot. We're all in our previous makeup because we're lazy. We do have our nice little job pins though. We got these in the dealer's room. If I still have the backing card, I will literally right here where they came from. They're really nice. They're like nice little resin things.
Pretty sure mine's in my bag.
We're gonna go to the 14 meetup at 7:30. Right now we're gonna do some prime wandering.
We went to the 14 meetup and promptly left because it was a bajillion MMORPG amount of people crammed into the gazebo, and that was...
It was kind of a hot, smelly mess, I'm not gonna...
yeah, they didn't consider the MMO part of the meetup. The MMO player part, wasn't a fan. There were some great people there, but yeah, no. The vibes overall were off, so we left.
A bit. But look at this! I can now go to Gridania
from
for
Limsa.
free!
Yeah.
From Limsa!
Although we're gonna fight because we have the same seat.
We do have the same seat, as does pretty much everybody at the
And
meetup.
I think I'm gonna win because I'm a DPS and I'm a monk. So, yeah.
No.
Listen.
No.
What are you gonna do? I'm gonna hit you too fast.
And then I'll heal myself and just not hit you.
But I'm gonna hit you so fast though. But I can self-heal.
Nah.
Wow. All right.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah. But so we went there.
Alright, you can sit on the seat and I'll just sit on top of you.
Yeah, alright. But so, we went to the meetup, we left, we walked around, we did some people watching, we saw Red, we played some Uno for a bit, we watched an impromptu like dance battle. Really cool. Which was great until security was like, you need to stop.
Yeah.
Then people watched some more, just kind of wandered around, looked at great cosplays, you know? That's what I mean when I say people watch for their nerd. Now we're gonna go into a little late night panel and hopefully it'll be a good time.
We were recognized as
Fat Cat, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, someone was nice. Like everybody at the meetup had their own sort of class pins too, which just was really, it was really cute. Have I shown off my Giorno and Sid and Nero?
I don't think so.
Wait, I need to show you my Sid and Nero. It's so stupid. Look at. This is the best 14 pin, actually. There will be no criticism at this time. They're so stupid. Do you have any puns? They're speechless. This never happened.
Meow.
Wow.
See you later. Oh.
So close. We went to our little panel. It was a good time. It was an improv panel, so some of it was better than other pieces of it. To be fair.
Yeah.
I'll sum it up real quick. Because I don't want to like knock anyone, but also like there was one specific problem. They kept referencing a panel called Oops All Sean's, because there was a couple people who were on that same panel. And by the end of this improv panel, we were like, this panel should be known as Oops All White Men, because it was like that type of joke.
Yeah.
Like it was good fun. It was a good fun panel, but also there were some things that were.
We were not drunk enough for that.
I was not drunk enough for only white men to be panelists.
Yeah. But overall, I mean, it was a cute concept.
It was cute.
It was a PowerPoint roulette.
Yes, so you got other people's PowerPoints and got to present it. Always a good time.
There were some really good jokes. There was There's one guy who like kept reading off before the panel, before the PowerPoint moved on, and it was like spot on, and it was great.
Yeah, no, so good, so good.
But we are tired.
We're so tired now. I'm sure you can tell. We're gonna. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
And now we can show the 3 types of gay.
It's Sunday. I don't know what we're doing.
We're doing closing ceremonies and artist
Oh yeah, we are
alley.
doing closing ceremonies at Artist Alley. I will say, oh my god, I did not sleep for a little bit there because there was a room party next door, but I'm actually still shocked that one, there wasn't a room party Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It was only Saturday. And they all literally went to bed at 2:30. I'm pretty sure we were sleeping next to like 30, 40-year-olds. And I was not prepared for that. I was used to the 20-year-old nonsense because that's where we're at, so. It was just baffling. Shout out to the room next door. Let's go do con stuff.
Back into like an actual costume. With my band.
Vinny is in his element. Also, we literally cannot get over how clear the gazebo area is. Like, look at this. This is insanity. Hello. Also, shout out to these ball gowns. Katsucon coordination strikes again. Here we are at closing ceremonies right here. This room, big main event room, okay? I'm just gonna sneak by. We went up to closing ceremonies at 2:30 because we were like, this is a main event. We should line up. It's like, because we were used to AB where you line up an hour before the event, right? So we go up, there's no line, the room is completely empty minus like 2 people sitting in chairs in the center room and a couple of staff people wandering around like they're doing light stuff. And we're like, oh wow, I guess Katsucon, maybe it's too early. Maybe they just don't line up an hour in advance like crazy anime Boston people. What a time.
Yes.
So we left and we had an absolute blast. We found a Chrollo and Kurapika. We found somebody who actually knew this specific outfit of Chrollo. It was super fun talking to them. Super great. Loved it. 10 out of 10. We come back at 3:30, which is when it's marked for closing ceremonies to happen. And they're like, closing ceremonies happened at 2:30. Here's all the information you missed. Goodbye. And there's like, I don't know, 500 people in line right now waiting to see closing ceremonies at 3:30, and they're like, it happened without you. Even though we were there and we saw that there was no one in the room.
And the thing is, earlier this weekend, Guidebook said it was at 3, and then it got switched
to 3:30, and it was apparently at 2:30. Like, this f***ing con, man. Anyway, it's been real though. I guess maybe we can find Red and hang out.
Yeah.
It was really super fun to see the Kurapika and Chrollo, and then I think they were dressed as Leo Fotia from Promare. Who knew this outfit. They were great though. Shout out. Good person. Very fun to wander around.
I'm really excited for hopefully later today when theoretically we might get dinner with Vinny and have like the first real meal of the week.
It'll be great.
I'm excited to finally give gifts to Jack. Those are I've been holding on to them for too long. It's been 3 years. Okay.
Yeah. Alright, well, we're gonna wander again. Okay, I also forgot to mention this. I should have done a vlog earlier. We've been having such a good time wandering and not participating in the event that we paid for apparently. We went to the dealer's hall earlier and I got to meet Yaya. It was great. I got this Lady D print because for those of you who follow me on Twitch, y'all know that I just played RE8 and I loved it. Anyway, but so I got this Lady D print and she was really sweet, genuinely such a sweet person, and she greeted me by essentially saying, "Oh my god, that's my fabric," because this outfit is made out of her fabric, so it was very nice. Yeah, it was a good time. That honestly, as far as the actual things that this convention offered, that's been the highlight of this week, because we've gone to 2 panels. We tried to go to the Masquerade and we tried to go to closing ceremonies, and the panels were like, they were alright. They were nothing to write home about. And then Masquerade and this has been abysmal, so. And there's only like 12 panels at this con anyway. It's a mess. It's just a mess, but yeah. They did pay for Yaya. Hopefully. They better be paying for Yaya. Oh my god, imagine if she just came here of her own volition. They better have paid for it.
Myself out. She just filmed this in profile.
Are you crying because you're sad, or are you crying because you're having a good time?
Both. Goodbye, cruel world. Here we go.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
We just did a photo shoot. We did Mista photos. We did Chrollo photos. It's so nice outside. I wish we had gone outside more this weekend, although for the record, when we did go outside the one time, it was for the JoJo shoot and it was like freezing.
Terrible.
It was like literally freezing,
yeah.
So Christ.
I mean, today is really the nice day.
Yeah.
Yeah, today is lovely.
Unfortunately.
So I think we're gonna go on a little stroll and it's gonna be a good time. Yeah. Sorry I still don't have makeup on the lower half of my face. I kind of look like an egg when there is makeup here, but not here.
And I have no makeup.
Yeah, I have just the eyes, that's it.
You also have just the eyes, yeah. Perfect. All right, stroll time. Woo. So I'm sitting here in this restaurant. Hi, first of all, ran through the wind in this wig. I'm sitting here in this restaurant like, haha, Six is eating the first meal ever. First decent meal ever. And here's Rebecca over here. Giving up on her food.
In my defense, lasagna is usually about that big, and it's this big.
It is quite large, but granted mine was also that large, and I ate that shit. It's Katsucon, I'm hungry, man. So somewhere along the way I ended up changing it to 6, and we got real food, and it was great. And then we ended up seeing this. Send help. You work conventions until your career is old enough to vote. Was that the best part of my con experience? Tell me in the comments. And then we did some photo shooting in a pretty much now empty hotel, and that was pretty much our con.
This bitch empty! Yeet!
I was about to actually flip over my phone there.
I am so glad you did not let go of your phone.
I've been wearing a mask, and so I look like I've been wearing a mask. Sorry. But hello.
Hello!
It's Sunday night of Katsucon. It's like almost midnight and there are still people here, but it's also midnight. It's midnight. Just kidding, it's midnight, everybody. I know the time.
Blast.
Yeah, there are still people here. They're literally throwing balloons at the gazebo. I'm not even joking. It's literally like rave material right now.
It's really funny.
Yeah.
The girl who's providing music up there, I met in the hallway, and she's just like, yeah, I'm a stripper, so like, I know how to play the good music, and I'm like, I'm thriving.
We're all thriving.
I thought she was a moth because she had a fuzzy thing around her neck, but she's wearing this bumblebee outfit from one of the Final Fantasy games.
That's cute.
She's Tifa right now.
Yeah,
that's cute.
And I'm just like, I'm thriving, and now I have her Instagram.
There you go. Some random guy came up to ask for a picture.
Yeah.
Gave me a glow stick to hold for
I think
the
we got
picture.
that on camera, possibly. It was a time.
It's incredible.
But yeah, no, it's Sunday night. People are still here. We're still doing stuff. It is significantly emptier, so we're debating like bringing lighting for this time next year.
Yeah.
Bringing out the good costumes.
What if we just do Sunday into Monday?
Just Sunday into Monday. No. Oh my god, kids. I think we're gonna wander and then we're gonna go to bed, but it's been a time. It's been a weird con.
It's been a really weird con.
Yeah. Oh wait, there's the balloon. Can I get it before it goes down again? Ah! There it is. It's rave time. We love to see it. Gazebo-chan. I think that's it for now.
Yeah.
Bye!
Bye, guys.
Goodbye, Gazebo-chan. It's been real. Oh my god, is that even not singing? Nice. Shout out. Goodbye, Gazebo-chan. It's been real. There was so much Katsucon nonsense. I'm actually begging the general public to stop treating this con like it is the end-all be-all of cons. Like, it is such an actual shit show. But I am happy to say that we did still have an absolute ton of fun. And who knows, maybe it's enough that we'll be back next year. I don't know for sure though. We'll see.